Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I will be crocheting it forward in this video by showing you how to make my Diva Hello Kitty hairstyles. I'm going to show you 6 total, but the ones with the ponytails, this one, and this one are kind of all the same. You're just moving the ponytails differently. And they're just involving some crochet circles. And this one has some braids, and then these two has some shells. So if you don't have my Hello Kitty pattern, I'm going to leave that in the information box below if you just want to click on it and get those started. You want to continue with the same hooks that the same size hook you've been using, and then grab your yarn color for whatever for whatever hair color you want. I am gonna use this burgundy for the video, and what I'm going to do is probably record a bunch of separate videos and combine them all into one, so that there isn't like one drawn out video where I'm like changing up and getting supplies ready and everything. So you will need your crochet hook. I always keep a smaller one on standby. This is the one I've been using throughout the pattern. You're going to need some scissors. You're going to need a sewing needle, and also a couple pins to hold your pieces together. Wouldn't hurt. So grab all your supplies. If you're going to do all 6 hairstyles, which is technically 5, I just have these ponytails where this one is laying lower. Okay, and then these two are laying apart, and I even did some where they touched that I thought were cute on a couple projects already. So it's totally up to you. It's crocheter's preference. So grab those supplies and I will meet you back and we can get started on the base Diva Hello Kitty hairstyles. Okay, so all of your Hello Kitties are going to have a base, and what that consists of is a hairline, which is just a crochet line all the way around here, and then your set of bangs, which is this. And what we're going to do, let me see if I can get up close to the camera, is just going to single crochet in and out of this in between these stitches right here. It's like a little dotted line, and that's going to set us up with our hair crown. So all of your Hello Kitties are going to need that for all of your hairstyles. So grab your hook and get your yarn. Get yourself a slip knot. However you do. There's not one easy way, right way, I'm sorry. And then where we're going to always connect is at the very bottom of the ear. As you notice, there's a slip stitch. That's where we want to go. So we want to go in through the front, out the back, grab your yarn, okay? And then yarn over and pull it through, and then that's a single crochet. From here, I like to bend the ear down with my middle finger and then just hang on to it that way with my thumb. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go in and out of these stitches, single crocheting. I'm sorry if I said slip stitch. We are actually single crocheting, and we're just going to go all the way around, creating like a hair crown. Super simple. These hairstyles look hard, but they really aren't. You're going to just freak out at how skinny they are. I do want to apologize. I've been gone for some weeks. We had a very unexpected death in the family, and as anyone knows, those kind of sudden tragedies just kind of take over everyone in the family, and just trying to be supportive for each other. It took a little longer than anticipated. I do appreciate everybody's patience. But I do wanted to apologize for that, because I did want to get this out. School already started. It was supposed to be a back to school Hello Kitty poncho, and just things got twisted up a little bit. So I'm in my last stitch right here, and I'm just going to grab my yarn again, slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 1. And you want to leave, actually you don't want to leave that much, because you'll want to leave enough to tie your ends or sew in your ends in the back. So all of your Hello Kitties hairstyles need that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is make our bangs. Okay, right here I already have one made here, but I'm going to show you how to do it. And then the only difference in the bangs is where you lay it. So I only have one pattern where I call the side swoop right here. You're just going to sew it sideways. All these other patterns right here are all straight down the middle. So yeah, if you want to get ahead after I show you how to do this and get those sewn up, it's going to look like that by the time you're done. So let's go ahead and get a magic circle. I don't know what I was thinking. I just grabbed a slip knot. Let's get that out. Okay, make your magic circles however you want. You can do your chain 2s, chain 3s, it's totally up to you. I like to make an unfinished knot and slip stitch to secure. So we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to double crochet inside your circle 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to shut that circle a little bit, but not all the way, because it's going to only be a half circle. So we're going to chain 2 and turn our work, and in each of these 5 double crochets we're going to make 2 double crochets for a total of 10 for this row. So the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's it. Chain 1, leave about, I don't know, about 8 to 10 inches for sewing. Pull that out. Okay, don't shut this yet. We're going to place it on our Hello Kitty. You might want to go ahead and yarn your end here, the long one. Oops, divided here. And I'm continuing to use Walmart Mainstays yarn too. I've been using this for the whole project, all the different colors. But I'm going to also go ahead and grab these and pull them to the back. I'm not going to sew those in on camera. I'm just going to get them out of the way. So at this point we want to take our bangs, and they're going to go right here in between your ears. Okay, what I like to do is use this tail, take my smaller hook and pull it through so it will secure it and it won't move, and then I can make it a little smaller. Make sure that you are making them even on both sides. Again, take your crochet hook and try to maneuver a little bit. You got 1 or 2 single crochets here, single crochets there. This is where you can use your stick pin just to place it, just in case. And it's okay if you don't, it's not going to matter, as long as you secure it with your fingers so it won't be uneven. And then we're just going to sew it as close. Like I take 1 stitch from the bangs. Whoops, I didn't secure that in there very good. Pull it through, and then I just go into your bangs. Okay, so I mean your crown. That was confusing. So just take 1 stitch. You're just stitching your bangs piece to your crown, your hair crown, and you're just going in and out, at least up here at the top. Now if you're making the stitches close, you don't like have to go around 2 or 3 times. It generally secures them real good. I'm going to go ahead and take my pin out now, because I know that that's going to stay. Now before I start this side right here, I'm going to keep checking to make sure I have the same amount of single crochets on this side to that side. Okay, and I do. I'm happy with that. And if it's whoops, what did I do? If it is a little crooked, I'm not having much luck securing this needle. My apologies. And if it's just a little crooked, I mean, you know, that's not going to be a big deal. These are rustic pieces. Like, there's no contest, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're cute anyway. I'm sure my pieces that are on camera right now are not ace perfect, which is fine, you know. And then from here, once you've secured that side, I'm just going to go right in and out of the bangs right here in the top. And try to be sure that you're making those eyes a little lower for your hair pieces. So if you're finding that the bangs are covering up your eyes, you might want to take the eyes out. I'd hate for you to frog the whole Hello Kitty. It's easier to add just the eyes. And then that's what we're doing. So there you go. You'll need these for all of them. So if you're going to do all five pieces technically, be sure that you have 5 of these so you're prepared and for each video when we go. So get those done and I'll come back and we'll do the next hairstyle. Okay, so we're back. The first one I'm going to show you is the one that has the 3. We're going to get that one right out the way. So once you know how to make these circles, which is super easy, they'll be for your buns right here. Let me see if I'm on camera here. I'll put them up there. Okay, so I have one done already so that I can go ahead and show you how to do the other. So grab your yarn. I'm going to go ahead and make a magic circle again. Let me get the right hook here. Okay, I'm going to slip 2, join, secure, and then I'm going to chain 2, and then you're going to make 10 double crochets. Remember with the bangs we only made 5, it was a half a circle. But we're going to go ahead and make a full circle, and you can go ahead and work in your tail as you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, at this point we can close our circle up if you want. I'm just going to close it tighter, and then we want to single crochet in that first at the top of the first double crochet and not the chain 2. We're going to chain 2 again, and in that same stitch we're going to make 2 double crochets. So we have 10 double crochets for our first round, and we're going to do this increase round. All of this is just going to be a 2 round circle bun, hair bun, and then we're just going to make 2 double crochets in each double crochet for a total of 20 double crochets for your standard increase circle. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so we are going to slip to join at the top of your first double crochet, and now we're going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we're going to skip 2, and then into your third stitch you want to slip stitch, okay, and chain 1, and then you want to leave enough a long tail, another 6 to 8 inches for sewing. Okay, so you'll have your 2 rows of double crochets, and then you have like this little handle. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is put the circle, the hair bun, I should start calling it the hair bun, behind your kitty, and then this is when your stick pin is going to come in handy. And try to get it as close I like to put it, let me see if I'm on camera. I like to put it behind here, and then I can work it from here, but I usually start at the bottom. So what you want to do is get this little loop here to get next to your crown, your hair crown, and then you want to just pin it. If you can get that part, you can maneuver the ears and the hair piece. It's going to be a little tedious, so I hope everybody's got the patience for this. Okay? So then now the next step is threading our needle. Make sure I got it long enough this time so it's not going all over the place. And because I started up here, I guess I'm going to have to start this way. But let me try to get as close to the camera as possible. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab, whoops, see, I didn't, on this one I didn't grab as much. Like I didn't secure, you can see a little bit right there of the in between the crown. And then I'm going to go back out the back. That's where I want to be. Okay, because these the ears are going to be lifted. We're not going to like tie those. That tail is in the way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, and then again, just use your 2 fingers right here, and see I have these 3 fingers right here, you know, and try to get the pieces to sit still, and then just sew them together. You're actually again sewing to the crown, but sure, making sure that that chain 12 is near the crown. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take this out, my little pin, and then secure this with my fingers, this chain. Maybe pinch it there and get that to stay. I hope you can see this on camera. I've added some more lighting. I hope that's helping with the videos. I know the last 2 videos I tried to do somewhere else and I didn't think they turned out very good. But so I came back here, and then now I'm just going to go ahead and get these together, because see how they're together on this side. You want your sides to match. If you end up with a little tiny gap, that's okay. Just make sure the gap is on the other side so that they match. It doesn't have to be perfect, because there's no contrast for this. Just, you know, do your best. Okay, and then I always like, I'm gonna go back again, actually. And just do 1 more row, just to secure it. And then in fact, since I have this yarn, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this part and go to there. And then I didn't like how loose that I left that, so I'm just going to go ahead and do another straight across. And I'm sorry if I'm like all over the place on this video, but you know, just try to make them secure. And if you see that, oh, there's a gap right there, and you got some yarn, by all means go ahead and fill it in. You know, I am a little what do I want? What's the good word? A little picky about that. I don't like to have big gaps. But anyway, so I'm good with that. They're kind of the same on this side. So I'm gonna just go ahead, turn your work. Like I said, if you are sewing pretty tight, you don't have to do it like 2 or 3 times. You know, if you're securing it the first time around real good. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I sew loosely, and sometimes I sew real tight. Just depends. I don't know. But anyway, that's your pom-poms. Now again, I mean your pom-poms, your buns that are ponytails. You can also put those together to touch, which I did in one, like this one, and then you can put them down lower. It's your total preference. But you will also use this same circle to put your messy bun, is what I want to call it, up on top, which is right in the middle of your Hello Kitty ears. So yeah, that's 3 hairstyles right there, all done with this one full circle. So let me go get the other stuff and I'll be back for the next video. Okay, moving on to our next Diva hairdo pattern. I'm going to go ahead and do this braids, but I just have to share with you, this is so funny to me. Like, I started doing it and then I accidentally grabbed the side swoop again. It's like this little Diva hairstyle, my little side swoop, just is trying to make her little way into my video, and I wanted to save her for last because I've gotten lots of compliments on it that she's the cutest one, but she doesn't want to be the finale. I guess it's so funny. I had to redo everything. I was like, no, I'm not going to. I'm gonna go ahead and restart over. So this is what I've done. I've grabbed one with the straight bangs, and all we're doing is I got one side done and I got 2 strands done over here, and I'm going to show you the third, and I'm going to show you how to braid it, and then you'll just repeat the whole thing for the other side. So we're just going to grab our yarn, and all I'm doing is a simple chain. It's a chain of 15. You can make the braids as long as you want, but I'm actually attaching at the stitch, the bottom stitch from your where your crown is at. And I'm just like attaching on the side with a single crochet, and then I'm just chaining 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. At 15, cut your yarn. You don't need a long tail. We're not going to be braiding anything. And then now we're going to do the braids. So don't worry about this little stuff right here. I'm going to show you how that comes together later. So what you're going to do is need something to anchor this. I grabbed my cell phone. You got a paper, like a paper holder or whatever, paperweight or whatever, that's fine too. And you're just going to need to know how to braid, okay? I guess you could use 2 strands and do like a twisty hairstyle. It's totally up to you. But you're going to need something heavy to keep your piece still and in place. So what I did is I counted, like, I think I did 5 total, 3, 4, and when I say total, I'm saying like on both sides, just so that it's even from the other side. Doing both sides, and at this point I move my phone down here so that I can take my strands up. This is a little tedious, I'm going to tell you. Some people might not have the patience for it, but it's so cute. I mean, sometimes cute things are tedious if you have the patience for it. And then I'm going to take 2 strands along together, and then I'm going to take the other strand by itself, and I'm just going to tie a knot to secure my ends. And that's it. You got yourself your braid. Okay, don't be alarmed if it's like that, like if it's way out there. You see how this one like lays underneath? Do not be alarmed. Go ahead and turn your work, and the trick to this is getting all your strands, okay, and working toward the middle of the Hello Kitty, and that will kind of get them to behave. I don't know how it does this. Maybe it's like a balance thing with weight or something, but it does. Let me see how I did this. I think I did it down here. And I just grabbed them and pulled them through a couple strands. Okay. And I just did like 1 knot. This is a one-sided project, but I made the knot so that it's going to secure. And just pull them all through. Probably should have had a smaller hook. Wiggle it a little bit, and there they are. So I'm going to secure that, and that should fall into place. And now we have, now you can just fix that around to have any to fill any gaps. And then we're going to go ahead and you might, like I had to fluff this one up because it was too loose down at the bottom, so I just loosened it up all the way on top. Just play with it. I did not sew my braids on my ponchos. Actually I did. So that it doesn't matter. My fault. I actually did, because I remember having to pin them so that they were even, and I just took some of the same color yarn and inside and just sewed it, a regular sew. And if I had any gaps right here, that is at that time is when I filled those in. So yeah, that's how you do the Pocahontas Diva hairstyle. And last but not least, we are going to do the slide swoop. Okay, so I will be right back. Okay, so the last Diva hairstyle that I'm going to show you is the side swoop, which is so easy. You're not going to believe how easy it is. So now get your crochet hook together with your slip knot, and we're going to go ahead and start at the, let's see, you have 4, for the pattern you had 4 slip stitches, you remember, and then we did that, I believe we did a single crochet row, maybe not, but anyway, at the very first slip stitch is where you want to start. So we're going to go ahead and attach with the single crochet, skip 1, and then make a shell in the next stitch, which is 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next, skip the next stitch, and let's see, I actually went to the next stitch after the tip of the ear. So I mean, you can go ahead and put it in the back, and we'll just, oops, have to yarn over, and then we'll flip it in front in a minute. So that's 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can just, with your middle finger right here, there you go, push out the tip of her ear, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next, skip the next stitch, shell in the next stitch, 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next, skip the next stitch, 5 double crochets in the next stitch for a shell, 3, 4, 5, skip the next stitch, single crochet, and then from here we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, turn our work, and then skip that next stitch, and then so you have 3, and in the second chain from your hook you're going to make a shell. 1, it might be a little difficult to see, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip the next stitch, and you should be back at the base, and then we're just going to slip stitch and chain 1, and there you have it. That's how easy it is. That's how I got that to go past that shell by itself, to go past the face. Isn't that adorable? Again, super easy. Like, I know you guys are freaking out on how easy this was. So I will be right back, and I will show you how to make a single crochet all the way around these, and then sew them to your ponchos, either your C2C poncho piece or your granny square poncho piece. So I will be right back. Okay, we are back, and I'm going to show you how to single crochet around your hair pieces, and sew them to your poncho. Now this is just the standard Hello Kitty, without any diva-ness. It's just herself, but I'm going to show you how to do it with these hairstyles. So if you've already done it, this will work for your standard Hello Kitty pattern which is going to also be in the information box, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to single crochet around your hairstyles. Super simple. I know it looks complicated. I'm already working on this piece, so the first thing you want to do is grab the same color as the square that you're gonna sew it to. So in this case it's purple or periwinkle or whatever. We're just gonna call it purple. And I always like to attach down here at the bottom, and we're just gonna do a single crochet all the way around. Okay, I know that it might seem tricky, like I said, for some of the other hairstyles like the braids. No, we're not going to single crochet around the braids, but we are going to sew them on our poncho, just not around the braids. Wasn't going to mess with that. I said I will be sewing those on. But as far as the ponytails go, the same thing with them. Same thing. And then for the tip, I think I went around. I did. So just when you're at the tip, just pull that down and go to the next stitch. That way she doesn't lose that little piece of character that makes her a kitty. Wait a minute, maybe I did. I think I put 2. I'm sorry, I didn't write this down. I started 2 and then I lost it. So when you're at the tip of the ear, go ahead and put 2. And then just work your way down. Yep, that's what I did. So sorry, guys. I appreciate everybody's patience. Grab some more yarn here. And we're just working our way around. So it's just one single crochet. It's not hard at all. I think I grabbed the yarn from the wrong side. But we're just, and I know these stitches right here, these slip stitches are a little tedious. Just do the best you can. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and go right into the shells. All you're doing is making a single crochet in every stitch, except when you get to Hello Kitty's ears at the very tip, you're going to make 2 double crochets. And then what I did is I came down here where the single crochet is, just to get it some character. Did you see what I did right there? I'll do it in the next one. We got a couple more. Every time we have that single crochet, it's kind of like a little dip. I just went all the way down to where we put the same, like right here. I'm going in that one too. So it just adds a little definition to, whoops, what am I doing? Adds a little definition to the shell. And again, just one single crochet in every single stitch. I'm going to go ahead and go in. That's where the dip is. To make some judgment calls. No worries. And as I said, these are one-sided projects. I don't know if you would be interested in doing 2 sides. 2 of these and then attaching them together. That would be like, I would hats off to you like big time, because that would seem like very tedious. And even with this backwards shell, that's all you're doing too. 1 single crochet in each stitch. And you don't, make sure you're going through two of the loops and not the big circles. And like I said, you just do the best you can. It'll all work out, I promise. I've made quite a few of these already, and they've all worked out. Okay, and then we're going to slip to join at the top of our very first single crochet. Leave enough yarn for sewing. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I will meet you right back when I thread my needle. Okay guys, I'm back. So I have went on ahead and threaded my needle and even put a little pin on where I want her, and I'm making sure, you know, using your crochet hook, you know, that I do want her, like this is my C2C one. Even with your granny square, you want those even. So I have one right here and I know that it's even. I know her hair is supposed to be off to the side, so we're good. So now I have my needle threaded. I'm going to turn my piece because we're going to start upside down, and basically you don't go in these. See them big holes? You don't want to go in those. You want to go in and out of the stitches themselves, not the spaces. Okay, looks like my pin came out here. All right, so I'm going to try to get this up close so you can see what I'm doing. So I know, like, some of you are thinking, like, how are we going to do this with the, you know, with all those spaces and those patterns? There is a way. So here I'm coming right here in between these two, like there, it's in between the double crochets. Okay, and we're just going to, let me see if I can get this as close as possible. We're just going to go through 2 stitches at a time. See these two right here? We're not going in here, but we're going in here, these two. And then I'm going to go through the V on the border. Okay? You can go in between. Trust me, once you start doing this, you'll get really good at it. As long as you're not going in the gaps, no one will be able to see it. You can't really see the gaps anyway, but you don't want to give them any emphasis either. So that's what we're doing. We're just going and grabbing like 2 stitches right here and then going right there. Okay? Let's see. Again, we're not trying to go into those big spaces in between. We're trying to go like in the double crochets. Let me put it that way, if that helps anybody. And even these right here, grabbing those 2 works. As long as you're grabbing 2 and not 1, because what will happen is if you grab 1, it's going to be flimsy, and then that's not going to be cute. Let's see. You might have to lay it out. This is a little hard for me because I'm trying to do this on camera so you can see and I can share with you. I'll go this way. Now for this stitch, I'll grab these 2. Okay. I'm going to be sure that I'm not pulling on it either. This is a gift that I'm making. Okay. 2 stitches. 2 stitches on the poncho, 2 stitches on your Hello Kitty. So I think you get the gist of it right there, and what I'll do is just finish it up down here if you don't mind. And again, hopefully you can see how I'm grabbing these 2 stitches. Super easy, just your standard sew. You know, everybody knows how to sew. I learned in home ec, which I don't even know if they teach anymore. Might be dating myself. Hold up. Just kidding. Okay, there we go. I'm just grabbing 2 stitches. Getting them close enough together so that you know you don't want your piece to be falling off. But then again, you just have to be patient. Now I'm positioning it. You know, grab like a little bit of your Hello Kitty at a time instead of the whole thing, because then you don't want to bunch it up either. It will help too to push these shells out. Okay, and now I'm just grabbing it from the side like this, and now I can work like this. I don't want that big old hole. I'm going to take these next stitches next to it though. Whoops, just bumped into my light. Here we go. All right. Continuing on, we're just stitching it real close. This is the same thing for your granny. I'm not going to show you the granny because I would be showing you and doing the same thing. All I'm doing is just crocheting into the double crochets and not the spaces, but I'm grabbing 2 stitches at a time. Okay, see that big hole? I didn't do that. I went over here. This is a no-no. Okay, so we're gonna go grab over here, continue on, and I can just sew so much quicker if it's laying down. And try to get on every stitch. Okay, that's gonna make your pattern really secure. And I know it's gonna look kind of fluffy at first, but the girls are not gonna care. They're really not. My granddaughters wear theirs all the time. They love them. See that hole right there? I'm not going to do that, but guess what I'll do? I'll grab, see what I'm doing? Grabbing these 2 and closing that hole. You can do that. You can improvise. Just don't, whatever you do, don't put stitches in the big holes. That is a big no-no. Okay, we're almost done. We're coming together. And you know what? I thought about, you know, there's grown-ups out there, like teenagers and even grown-ups that like Hello Kitty, and you could even make yourself an adult. You see right here, I'm not going here, I'm going under. You could even make yourself an adult poncho and put like a little Diva Hello Kitty on there. I think that would be so cute. For maybe somebody that's a Hello Kitty lover. And you know, you can also make blankets. This is a very versatile pattern. It really is. I appreciate everybody's thumbs up and comments. I really do. It means a lot to me. And your patience. Okay, so we're moving around. And your poncho is going to be all over the place. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But we're just sewing all the way around. I did want to show you the sew part because I thought that people would be alarmed, like, how are we going to get that on a C2C square or granny square? And it turns out to be quite easy. That I hope you guys find. And again, the more you guys make of these, the easier it's going to become. Okay? And back at the top, I mean back at the beginning, I'm coming back to the back. I'm going to go through some stitches. Okay? I'm going to go this way. Can you see that? I'm going to come back the same way. I like to make this last stitch like really stitch, and then go this way because we do not want that to come out, and then go back, and I'm cool with that. Right? And there you have it. That's how she ends up on the face of your poncho. Now when I come back, quick border and we will be done, and your back to school Hello Poncho is ready for your little diva. Okay guys, final piece of the back to school diva poncho. Okay, so I've already showed you how to do the shell stitch where you skip a stitch, single crochet, skip a stitch, make a shell of 5 double crochet, skip a stitch, single crochet, repeat. So what I did is, what you'll need to do is do a border, which you'll already have once you, you don't have to make a border. You'll already have this. If you go into my information box and see the videos where I show you how to join these, you'll already have your border. So what I did is I went into each chain 3 space and I followed that shell pattern. So I went into, like, for instance, I went into one chain 3 space and I did a single crochet. Went into the next chain 3 space, did my shell of 5 double crochets. Next one, single crochet, next one shell, next one single crochet, next one shell, and so on. I would start, and it worked out for me. Again, this was a square of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I started right here. No, wait, I think I started. Anyway, if you start right here with a single crochet and shell in each right here, in each corner at the bottom, you'll come out correct for each one. So then after I did that, I just went on ahead and put in some fringes right here at the middle of your shell, because you have 5 double crochets. So in that third double crochet, I just put a fringe, and I've shown you how to do that in my previous videos. And if you don't know how, I will put in another link on how to do that. So yeah, that's how we finished it. Now you can certainly put more fringes if you want. You can put them inside of the single crochets here. I did not want to do that. That's my personal crocheter's preference. Again, this is your poncho, and you can put as many fringes if you want, and if you don't, you don't have to. You don't have to put any fringes. You can just finish up with the shell. I also have a pom-pom border that I have created that will also be in the information box if you want to go that route. So again, thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody's patience. Again, I'm so sorry I've been gone, dealing with that family loss, and even still, like, I can still feel myself a little emotional about it, and maybe threw me off a little bit on the video. Again, I appreciate everybody's patience. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm hoping to get my Halloween series here off soon, since October's next week. And I have some really fun things that I did last year that I just didn't make a video for. So I have to get those up and about, and I will be more than happy to share those with you. Again, thanks for watching, and together let's continue to crochet it forward. Bye now.